All right. There you go. Got it. Got it. Howdy, Dan. How's it going? All right. Got the mic going. Bit a little bit, I guess, so decided, you know what? I'm going to forget what your default mic was. Uh, anyway, howdy, folks. I'm actually not doing a cam right now. I'm going to do it later for what you're reading. I'm a mess. I'm just a complete wreck. But I wanted to get this done. Well, get it done. Wanted to get into it is what I wanted to do. So that's what we're doing here. By the way, very much recommend reading, watching, getting into this if you need hype. But that is not why we're here. All right. So what are we gonna do here, right? Well, what's the point of this extra extra stream here? Well, let me go ahead and show you part of it, and then we'll actually dive into all of it. Um, to put it most simply, I think this year has knocked me off my footing. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And so I was lost and still am a little bit lost in the reeds there, a little bit lost in the woods. But I think I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And so you put one, you find a guiding star, you walk towards it, right? Yeah, you need to have a strong compass in this crazy ass place, and I've had a few, and rarely have I seen that there isn't a baton pass, right? A shifting from one guiding star to another. And I'm lucky. I've had many and continue to have many. I've had very very dark moments this year, and to put one foot in front of the other and to push through, I've needed to accept a lot of truth. Um, Very good ones, right? But they're hard, and they need respect, and they need everything I can give it. And I've been, and probably could continue to, right? We're not perfect things. We can't just flip switches, but you can work towards things. Um, any indie comic creator knows that, right? That's how you get these things done. You push through and you work through things, you learn, you adapt, you grow. I have let myself maybe not completely fall into stagnation, but into not even complacency, right? Because I wasn't happy with it. It was just, and it wasn't even that comfortable, but it was perhaps a space I needed to understand. Um, Something I needed to experience, right? A lot of that, a lot of that in this world, and a lot of that this year for myself. And well, we've finally hit the tail end of last year's magic, last year's effort, last year's manifestation of this crazy thing called IronVerse Comics. I say last year. What was it? 20? See, I can't even keep time straight. Time's only useful when I'm utilizing it. Uh, but uh, so it's long past time to find find a renewal, find perhaps not a rebirth, but a birth of a new perspective, a new set of steps forward. And you know, uh, I've been completely blessed with our wonderful community here at IronVerse Comics. I've been blessed with my beautiful team. Thank you to All Coins for showing up and saying howdy. I'm so happy to have you on my side here, brother. Um, Dan, again, thank you so much for stopping by, checking what we're doing. And man, we're on to the next step, I guess. I know it's a long spiel, but it's this work is whether or not it's the best it could be, right? Or it's this pinnacle of the art, right? It's not, but it's good. It's good. I'd never argue that our work isn't good. But it means the world to me, and it has continued to, right? And I've been kicking my own ass since February of last year over this project, right? It hadn't been all that fun. Not because, getting the art in, getting everything, there's moments, there's blinks, but having succeeded with sacrifice, I focused very hard on the sacrifice, perhaps way too hard. And I wanted to make sure I learned. And I did. I did learn. But there's a time to maybe take your own fist out of your mouth, right? And stop trying to break more teeth. Um, and it's been a hard path getting to the point where I'm not overly angry or sad about being. And I gotta find the footing out of that, right? And there's been a few things. Again, I was talking about it not too long ago. A few guiding stars, a few bright lights, right? Those have kept me sane and kept me from doing stupid things. Uh, Really stupid things. It hasn't stopped me from doing stupid things. Again, focusing on the sacrifice and focusing on the toil. Right. That's stupid. It's part of the work, but it isn't just punishment, as I would often feel it is. And I think that mentality that I've had has affected the work continuously. I can put on a face, I can put on a bit of a show. I'm happy to do that. Any way to bring confidence and joy into this world, I'm happy to do. Uh, but if it fucking rings hollow because it's a bit hollow, um, it's the value and the strength isn't there, right? Some of it is, but the potential, the energetic channels just aren't open, and that fucking needs to change, or else I'm just not gonna enjoy this ride anymore. And I've kept that guiding star, but I've definitely had a bit of a go at it. But with this finish, with finally getting this last trial, this last joyous bit of magic out to you wonderful folks, finishing the origin arc of Jack Irons, finishing the original kind of introduction that came to be through engaging the chaos of the internet and finding the energy to actually get these things done, finding the love and the passion to actually be able to do this work. I've now respected that as much as I should have in this previous year. And that's gonna change. Again, you can't flip a light switch, right? But you take the victories you can find at hand, right? And I have good energy today. I'm happy to see it today. I'm happy to talk about these things today. So today's the day, right? Um, so on to that. I know it's a little bit, you're just staring at the four horsemen there, right? Not that interesting. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll just do this first. I'll do the shilling. I'll show what I've got on here so far. We'll talk about what's in motion, and then we'll actually do the work on stream. Um, Part of why, maybe the biggest part, if not the biggest part, in fact, it would be hard to argue it's not. Um, I need to less try and be the source of the energy, and get pissed at myself when I can't be that source, and more be the conduit I've always kind of been. I never have really been the source of these things, but I've been a again, a conduit is the best word I can figure, a guide, a direction, a channel through which it can go through. And I think digging in my heels like I did, because I'm a stubborn motherfucker, and, and trying to rub my face in these things so I could learn was beneficial to the fact that I did learn, right? But learning's done for now. Learning never finishes. The time to focus on the learning's done. The times for and contemplation and mulling. That's and oh god, what's the word? Wallowing. I use that word quite a bit. The time for fucking wallowing is done. It's time to try action again. Um, I made what, if I'm honest to myself, it was a half-hearted effort to try and get this going again, to try and pull myself out of that. And it was worthy. Again, it was something else to learn, right? But I couldn't, I was in no position to put my all into it. And that was our Kickstarter hardcover. I I put my all at the time into it, but that's not the potential that's there. Not from the community, not from myself, not from the team. Obviously, that was another one. And I'm gonna do my damnedest to make sure that as a conduit, I can get this energy out there. Um, Digging my heels in and forcing things to happen just is not the path, and that's annoying. you know, I would love to carry it all on my shoulders and be able to carry it, but that's not how this works apparently, and uh, we're past time for me to be stubborn and keep trying at it. So we're gonna do a lot of things more community oriented on this go. And what am I talking about? Well, we're talking about this. Yeah, it's fucking go time again. This is issue number 4, Jack Iron Steel Cowboy. We've got a lot of other things, Dollar Coins knows, in motion at IronVerse Comics. I'm very hopeful that we're actually going to be delivering what is essentially 2 comics with this, but that's just for you folks watching this stream, maybe get a little hyped and maybe to get a little bit of a fire under Dollar Coin's butt and his team to see if we can get that together. But if not, eh. That's the thing. That's been the other bit is I kicked myself for not making something happen. And there's it's okay. It's all right that some things don't happen. Um, uh, ah, Messages, in particular in the wonderful sequential art format, but also cinematically, reach me usually at the time they need to. I opened this stream with Hajime no Ippo, his theme. That's been a consistent inspiration. I'm very thankful that Dollar Coins has introduced me to. And I watched a his title match, his first title match through that show last night. Versus a guy they kept calling old too, which is hilarious. He's 20. He was my age. He's 29, but they kept calling him the old man, the old geezer. And I started realizing, yeah, I'm not as spry as I was. Uh, I'm not as naive or as no, naive's about the best. I could use ignorant, right? But that has a little bit more weight than I really want to convey. Um, and the fact that they after God 50 some odd episodes, right? They had kind of gotten me complacent with Ippo winning. Um, they even made sure that it was built into the story. He was known as the comeback and make it look like he was losing, and then he'd fucking come back. And he built this up and up and up, and then we're in the championship. You're like, oh, it's gonna be great. He's gonna push through, and he's gonna be able to actually be the featherweight champion of Japan. And spoilers, that did not happen. And even after giving it all, even after pushing through, and that that made me think a little bit. You know, you can, and this is obvious. A lot of people know this. You can give it your all and it not be good enough. And I've had a hard time going like, well, then I didn't give it my all, right? So, um, maybe I did. Maybe I did give it my all, and maybe that just wasn't enough at the time. And maybe there's more to culminate, more to manifest. And well, here we are with issue number 4. But yeah, it's that in combination with Shaman King. And I'll be talking about Shaman King on What You're Reading tonight. Last week I was visited by a very well-known comics pro on What You're Reading, and he was a prick. There's no other way to put it. Now, this may not have actually been him. I couldn't actually confirm that the account is the official account, but it was named like it. It had the icon. And he acted as I've experienced before. But that being said, I can't confirm it. And that ripped the joy right out of what I was doing that day. So I wasn't able to talk about Shaman King for shit. I wasn't able to talk about these things I enjoyed. That's why I do What You're Reading. I want to share what I found joy in, and I want you folks to do the same thing so we can find more joy together. And so that also threw me for a loop. But I found, which was kind of neat, you know, it was able to get me to do something I had been wanting to do for like over maybe a year and a half. A very simple thing, which is just go and fucking change the brake pads on my truck. Um, that was working on vehicles was a connection with my father, and one of the stronger connections with my dad. So I had been kind of doing the bare minimum to respect what he taught me and to make sure I can keep up and keep moving, right? But the slightly bigger projects like that I had been avoiding. But that motherfucker made me angry enough and made me just fucking, for walking into my house and then disrespecting what I do, that I had to do something constructive, something that would lift me up. And the fact that I was able to and that I did, I have to admit it felt good, and I hadn't for a long time. So I got to be grateful for that prick, but I don't have to welcome him either anymore. Uh, and so uh, at the end of the day, I, I I love what I'm doing, right? And so I'm gonna keep at it. I'm very hopeful that other people will continue to enjoy what we're doing. And if not, I'll find out soon enough, right? Um, the Kickstarter probably failed for a lot of reasons. One of them is certainly because I wasn't in a position to give it my all. I wasn't in a mental position, or you can say my all at that time was less, and so I didn't push as hard as I may have needed to. But I also, when I did dig my heels in, it might have been in the wrong place because I wasn't loose and rigid. I wasn't loose and bendable and flowing. I was very rigid, very push it forward, not let it flow. And that's not how I began this. It's not how I've gotten any of this done. Um, I lost sight of my style. As I said in one of the promo tweets for this, I did. I lost sight of my style. I wasn't, doing it the way I do it. I was doing it the way I thought it needed to be done. And that ain't how this works for me. I've I needed to try it to see if I could, right? But yeah, I can't. It's just not how this is gonna work. I lost sight of my style, my magic, and anyway, Shaman King, the Asakura, the protagonist, his saying, um, everything will work out, and I lost sight of that level of faith. 100%. I was pushing so hard because I didn't believe it would. So I was pushing in the wrong direction. I wasn't letting it flow the way it needs to. So I'm hoping with this I'm able to. Now I'm going to put the link to this sign up in chat. This is the pre-launch page for issue number 4. It will get adjusted as we go. I have no set launch date currently. Again, see again, I was doing it incorrectly with the Kickstarter. Set a rigid date. Put out. So no, we can't do that. I'm going to have to go with the flow. Everything will work out. It's That's how I used to be. At the when I launched Jack 1, when I went looking for an artist, when I fucking drew Jack the first time, it wasn't trying to force something into existence. It was letting something come into existence through my work. And there's a big difference. Huge difference. One is closing a channel and working against it, and the other's opening many and working with what happens, you know? So I'm going to try and keep that compass. I'm going to try and keep that guiding star in my head and see if everything does work out. um, so, no new art yet. Yet is key. I'm very hopeful we can I'm very hopeful that this better perspective will manifest new art um, where it couldn't in the Kickstarter. Um, I'm hoping the timing will allow it to manifest before launch. That's part of why I have no set launch date. I do want to have something new to show you folks. Um, and the other chunk of the stream is going to be me setting up the campaign. So you folks get to watch just everything that's not going to be doxing or whatever while I do that. Once I can get in gear and stop rambling about myself and the work. But maybe that's part of why you're here. So, as I said before, apologies and you're welcome. But I'm back. I'm going to do my damnedest to be back. There are going to be adjustments for this campaign. I'd very much like to do most of my promo on this channel. I've been grateful for the opportunities that other folks have lent me. And to be honest, if I'm going to be letting this energy flow from as many directions as possible so I can utilize it, yeah, there's going to be promo on other places. If I'm blessed enough to find it. But that's been part of the work that it's directly sharing my passion and my joy and my love and my work with others. That matters so much. That's the end goal of the work, and it's also, I think, the manifestation point. It's the Ouroboros, right? The snake eating its own tail. It's the head and it's the tip of the tail, and fucking eating each other. It would be nice to turn it from an Ouroboros into, a spiral of snakes. New snakes every go, right? Spring of them. So it's not eating its own tail, it's eating another thing's new tail. That would be awesome. Um, but I won't know till we get there. I won't know till we get there. So let me look through chat real quick, just in case I missed anything. Yeah, 29 is old in boxing age, and he wanted to go challenge the world, so he had to do it quick. Um, I really love that image as well. Boom. Issue 4 to the max. Welcome, BMR Comics. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're chatting issue 4, the impetus of it, the energy that I'm going to put into it. I guess before we get into the actual writing of the story pitch, because I want to do this on stream, both to engage you folks and to force me to do it. Um, Something about stream and a good amount of coffee gets shit done for me. So we will be diving into that. But let's I've talked enough about the energy I'm trying to put in going into it, right? Issue number 4. I never stop working on this project. It might be small, it might be little things like figuring out a new streaming, application or a new I won't say technology. It sounds fucking ignorant, but a new way to utilize streaming or a new way to utilize freeware on the web to do images. Just I'm always finding and looking for new tools. That's the best way to put it. I'm always that's my main work with this is finding new tools, new avenues to beef up my repertoire, my abilities and this project's potential to add chaos to it, but controlled chaos. Um, and well, now we're into a direct fuck you to the corporate system. We're gonna see if that. I say the corporate system, but it's actually rigid systems of control from government down or from business up, however you wanna put it. The end of Jack Irons issue 3. Spoilers if you haven't read it. It should be. I'm hoping in the next couple weeks we should be releasing number 3 to the public, so I'm excited for that. Also reprints of 1 and 2. Um, Anywho, uh, we're riding into Famine Inc. territory, and I've spoken a little bit about issue number 4 because I really love the concept. I didn't that I found. There you go. That's the best way to put it because I did not come up with this. It's a very ancient tale, but I wanted to use it as a framework to discuss something completely different. And this being issue number 4, I wanted to use a little bit of numerology in there as well. And I found a tale, a very ancient tale, that had the numerology, it had the framework, and I had something to say at each step. Uh, and that's all I can ask for in a concept to write about. Um, Again, we've been talking a lot about I've been talking a lot about energy this stream. For me in writing, again, digging my heels in and forcing myself to write doesn't manifest anything. It just gets me angry at myself for not. Again, that's me losing track of my style. Uh, and that's something I shouldn't do because it's that style that got me anywhere, right? So bursts of energy, bursts of writing is what happens to me. I get inspired, and then that energy's there. I can utilize it. Boom, I got something down. And then after the main chunk of it is done, then I can refine it as I feel, and then that's easier to do. Um, and I need to stop trying to change my style. I need to refine it, not change it, and I need to add to it, not forget it. Uh, and I think issue number 4, throughout all of this craziness that I've gone through, that the project's gone through, all of that, it never lost that spark, that introduction, that initial oomph. So I'm really super excited to see how it lands. Between 1 and 3, I've learned a lot about storytelling. I've learned a lot about what other writers I respect expect. And I'm and I said what I needed to in issues 1 through 3, how I needed to. It's not going to resonate with everybody how I did it, but it was exactly how I needed to tell those stories. The framework, the what some people find superfluous storytelling, the focus on exposition, that did occur. The story breaks in between, I don't say story breaks because it was adding layers to it. Um, but, you know, it wasn't as enjoyable as a read as it could have been for a lot of folks. And I'm saying that from 1 through 3, right? One, it was a lot of people are like, okay, I like this. This is intriguing, but I wanted more action at the end. Two, I did not listen to the more action, by the way. I kind of thought I did, but looking back now, yeah, you added a little bit, Cody, but you no, you still had to say what you wanted to say at that point, how you wanted to say it. And with two, it was a lot more chunky on that, right? One had a bit more of a flow to it. You got introduced to my storytelling device, and you got introduced to Jack and some moving parts within Jack. Two, you got introduced to a lot more moving parts, and you got introduced a little bit more to his current soul. Where he is. Issue 3, I really wanted to paint that, and I wanted to paint it in a non-temporal box. That's the entire origin is to say fuck you to time. It's the best way I can put it. In fact, Jack Irons, the Steel Cowboy itself, is a big middle finger to time. Um, it's an immortal, right? He's an immortal that has existed non-temporally. He remembers past lives, past existence, past manifestations of himself, yet currently he is stuck rigidly. Um, and 1 through 3 is him breaking out of that rigidity if people have been kind of looking. And to set the stage for that rigidity, I had to do a couple things that maybe weren't the most enjoyable. Again, a lot of exposition, a lot of putting things in boxes that maybe you didn't even need to see the box yet, right? But no, that's what I needed to do. Um, that being said, it's been done. Issues 1 through 3 covered all that. So we're into issue 4. And with issue 4, I'm able to adapt everything I've learned, so much more that I've read and enjoyed uh, from storytelling, my increased awareness and perspective on storytelling. That if there's one really good thing about the large break in between issues, it's that I can grow in between issues. Maxie can grow in between issues. Steve can grow in between issues. Um, and we don't have to carry the weight of what came before as heavy. And so with issue number 4, we're starting more familiar storytelling. Now, I'm not saying it's the same, but if anybody who's read through all 3 issues, the end of issue 3, I said goodbye to a overarching storytelling device that I needed to use. Um, we're done with that. We're going more linear, more linear. However, we're still dealing non-temporally, as folks will see. Issue number 4 has 4 stages. Um, it's based on a old Buddhist tale, one a large part of Siddhartha's awakening, if people are familiar with that. From basically the events that led him from being a sheltered prince, unaware of illness, unaware of death, unaware of old age, unaware of the wisdom that can come from knowing those things, um, into somebody who wants to leave the palace and to experience the world and to understand suffering so he can rise above it. Uh, issue number 4 is a bit of that. It's a bit of that, but anywho, people will see. People will see, and I can't wait. Um, with the four stages, I'm really excited to see the character designs that manifest out of them. In fact, the end of issue 3 has a teaser of one of the character designs. But I'm excited to see it close up, and I'm excited to see it moving and alive, right? It's going to be so cool. It's going to be so cool. Um, issue number 4 takes a bit more of the throwing away practicality that shonen manga tends to do, right? Just to make big set pieces or big explosions, big events, things that you'll remember. I'm hoping we do that in each stage of issue 4. Um, and I hope by the end of it, we actually communicate a lot more personality through of IronVerse Comics. Period. I'm really excited to see this come out, but there's a lot of steps beforehand, and I guess I should get to the work beforehand, shouldn't I? Let me check chat. Let me check chat. Maybe reach out to Dan Fan on YouTube. She supports indie comic creators. If you have me on Twitter at cowboy_steel, if you would DM me that name, that'd be great. I'm not aware of this person, and if she supports indie comic creators, I want to be, and we'll see how that goes. Um, Piqued your interest even more. Great to hear it. Sounds smart. I hope so. I hope so. Enough action, and you actually enjoy the storytelling. It's been hit or miss, right? And that's fine with me. This is my first set of goes, and the art has never been miss. So all I can do is improve on my end and hope and know that the rest of the team's going to improve too. It's just how it goes. I'm excited. Once I have Maxi pinned down 100% for let me, in fact, I don't even know if I checked that, so we're gonna go over here for a second. You'll still hear me, so just stand by, but don't worry about it. I just woke up, kind of tried to clean off, and then went here. So no, I have not heard back from him just yet, but I did get a confirmation yesterday that he got the email, so that's good stuff. Anywho, man, I'm super excited. Um, and I haven't been for a long time. Uh, so again, if you haven't signed up, please do. I'll be sending out updates as I finish the extras fulfillment on and finish the replacement slash lost orders on issue number 3. I'm hoping there's not very many. It doesn't look like it. I've put out the call a bunch of times, but the responses to the Indiegogo updates, you get little clicks and such that'll give you like a happy face or more info wanted or a really happy face. Um, those have gone down significantly in response, which I totally understand. It's been fucking over a year. I do not blame you. Uh, but that worries me that maybe some people aren't getting the updates that are asking, "Hey, have you gotten your issue? If not, please contact us." So that's going to be weekly till the end of this month, and then we're going to fulfill what we have, and then it'll be case by case at that point. I want everybody to have their books, so we will be doing that. But things will be open publicly. Issues 1 through 3, the extras we have will be for sale publicly. The We actually have a possible other outlet to get Jack the misprint copies because again we ordered 1,500 issues and we ended up with 3,000, which was it's one of those opportunity crisis situations because it's storage space and such, and they're misprints, so they're not as clean as we want to put out. But fucking a, we had twice as many issues to get out, and that is a wonderful opportunity. Because again, it may not be the cleanest way to present the art and the actual product, but it's not presenting the story much differently, right? It's not unreadable. None of that. It's just rough. It's just rough compared to what we want to put out to backers and to people actually, purchasing these issues for. I think we're at $5 a piece. These won't be that expensive once they go public. And if we can sell out all of them, we'll have a fuck ton of Jack Irons readers, which hell of a thing. By the way, I was messaged today. They're starting to reach Australia again. And that was a good reminder, this little indie project that, in the 80s or whatever, I wouldn't have met Maxie. I wouldn't have been able to get a hold of Steve. I wouldn't have met Vince. I wouldn't have met Dollar Coins. I probably wouldn't have gotten Wicked Publishing, some small indie publisher to get behind us. Uh, I certainly wouldn't have found funding to get it fucking done. Um, the time frame that this exists in is the time frame it had to. And the fact that part of it was to get it globally is crazy to me. Sure, it's a couple people, right? It's not like hundreds around the globe. No, no, no. It's maybe 100, maybe 200 fans of Jack globally. At least that purchase physical copies. The digital might be more, right? But that's not something that could have happened in indie comics at almost any other point in time. Sure, within the last 20 years, yeah, it's possible, but anything before that, no fucking way, no fucking way, and I blows me away. And the fact that these thematics that I'm touching on, these ideas, and even with a very American character, uh, could resonate with so many different people and cultures and places. Oh, man, it means the world to me. Because that's at the end of the day, that's why that's what Jack is supposed to be. Um, I wanted to make a new American folk hero. Um, Now that's a hell of a thing to say. That's a hell of an arrogant thing to say, but conceptually, maybe not in reality, but conceptually that was the point. He's supposed to be the manifestation of a gestalt consciousness of the entirety of humanity manifest in a physical form. Something we all share, and at the core of me, that's part of what America's supposed to be. It's supposed to be this guiding light for anybody, not just for this person or this kind of person or this other. It's a guiding light for everybody to hopefully have some kind of footing to work together to build a better place. And part of why I chose a cowboy. It's also part of why I gave him armor and make him look like a chivalrous knight. But it's rough. It's hard out there. It's not comfortable. It's not fun most of the time, right? It's hard out here, and we're facing a lot of troubles. I boiled them down to four, but there's more than that, of course. But issue number 4 is the first time that we're actually diving into one of those troubles. We're bringing this character whose entire core, whose concept is facing these things as a unity, as a lineless collective. Uh, and something that we haven't actually ever had on this planet is a lineless collective. We have hierarchies. We have and even Jack at the end of the day, right? He's got his life as Jack, the immortal life, right? And so that's kind of a dictator, but issue 5, we've got a lot of work to do. But right now, issue 4, issue 5 is going to tackle a lot of what that brings up. Issue 4 is more, again, just putting energy behind this icon to face something quite horrible, quite horrible. The industrial complex. There's not a military industrial complex. We'll deal with that at some point. But the actual complexities and consistent slaveries that we've had to deal with that Jack's going to give a middle finger to, but not, hopefully in a way people will understand isn't, people want Jack to be an action hero. And I understand why. I totally get why. And he is, to an effect. But I don't think in anything it's let's get issue 4 funded, and that's the best way I can say anything I'm trying to say now. That's the best way. So if you folks see the posts, please spread them as they go on. Earliest it can launch is September. Latest it can launch is probably end of October. My hope is to have at least 4 pages. I would love complete, but at least the line art for 4 pages up and on. With the hardcover campaign, right? It was easy for me to put images and put our previous work on there because that's what I was selling you folks, right? I was selling you a new collection of this, so it was easy enough to put that art. That's one of the troubles I'm going to have today as I work on this campaign is selling issue 4 off of the previous issues. And so that's something I spoke very directly to Maxie about is we need content to show that we're in on it. And we'll see. We'll see. Again, I'm not gonna try and force it. That was the problem with with the hardcover collection. I was trying to force energy instead of allow energy. So we'll see what comes up, right? I still need to light sparks, and I still need to open doors. But instead of pushing them, that's what I need to do. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But that's what we're doing. The Asia Research Directorate. Howdy. You got your Jack 3. Excellent. And you're going to reread the whole story. That's how I would have. That's what it came to be. Is I wanted folks to read those first 3 together. So I hope you get more of what I'm saying and what the teams put together by reading them in close proximity. So great. And goddamn, thank you so much for supporting our work. And I'm so glad it arrived. And I hope you enjoy your reads this weekend. Thank you so much for saying howdy. Let me look. Again, do you think you had enough action? Well, I'm glad it did, and you enjoyed the storytelling tropes. Some people go in with a different idea, and it's a fair idea. In fact, I gave those kind of readers a bit more of a middle finger than I thought I did. Because, at issue 2, I heard, there's not enough action. So I was like, fine, I'm going to put in a lot of action. We open straight into it, go there, and then boom, I hit the brakes hard. And then I switched to the kind of storytelling I want to do. So, some people noticed that, and it was more of a middle finger to those readers than I intended. But you know what? It's making me laugh now, so I think it's what I wanted. Totally. I took the Forrest Gump approach with issues 1 through 3. Instead of a dude sitting on a bench with a box of chocolates, it's a dude sitting at a bar drinking incredible amounts of alcohol with this guy just like listening to him and maybe even trying to keep up with him and eventually just passing the fuck out. And Jack's just like, okay, I'm unfazed. I'm out of here. And again, I'm very proud of our work. It's exactly what I wanted. Exactly. Is it the best? Again, that it could have been, maybe not. Is it going to blow open the indie comics books community and industry? Oh, no. No, not at all. Is it going to stand up to many other works being put out? I think so. I think so. Is it going to beat most of those works? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of different tiers in indie comics, and I think they all deserve their own kind, to be taken individually. Not put into a competition like that. But thanks to, and we're going to be exploring this in issue number 4, thanks to how our system works. Um, and you know what? It's not just our system. How reality manifested. It's dog eat dog, right? Some people, and that was another thing too about this giving it my all and it not being enough, right? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes somebody else has that. It's not direct competition in any comics. It's fucking wonderful that way. But it is competition. You are looking for eyes and you're trying to get cash. I'm not trying to steal customers. Some people are. I'm not trying to uh, pit customers against other potential customers. Some people are, and that works for them. You know what? Again, I'm not in direct competition. I'm doing my own thing. Again, I tried really hard to push with the hardcover. I was trying to make something happen instead of let something happen. And again, that wasn't my style. It's not my style. It's not where the core of this any of this came from. It's so less inclusive. It doesn't allow the anybody who was here in 2018, I think will know more about what I'm talking about because they watched Jack become Jack. And with the speed bumps and the new perspectives that were put on there, yeah, it's got baggage to it. 2018's got baggage to it, but that baggage is it only could have happened because I let the energy flow, and something really cool still came out of it. And that was another why I was trying, like, I need to isolate and I need to grab and push and carry. And that was not the proper perspective for Jack Irons. It's not the proper perspective for my role in IronVerse Comics. It's not how it formed. It's not how I found people to help. It's not how any of it got to anybody. There's times I need to dig my heels in, right, and close a door to let the energy flow a different way. But that's only when it was already there, right? Not trying to make something out of nothing. That doesn't work for me. Some people, I'm sure you can. In fact, I would think a lot of people can make something from nothing in indie comics, and it's a beautiful way to do it. As far as I can tell, it's not a way I can do it. I would think it would work better for artist writers, right? But even then, I don't think it's limited to that. Uh, but yeah, we haven't even gotten to the work yet, but I am most of the way through this coffee. Let's see what else here. Check chat again. I agree. One is a bit of a slow burn, yeah, but you really picked up with issue number 2 and number 3. You're excited to see whatever I'm gonna do. You trust? Oh, goddamn. Thank you. Um, Most people, issue number 2 was the slow issue. Just FYI, issue number 2, like, and I know why. And I tried to cover my ass. If people, are looking, I tried to cover my ass to make the things I felt I needed to say more interesting. Uh, Most of that, in the bar where he's just like yakking and yakking to the guy who's drinking next to him. I have aliens in the back, fucking being aliens and trying to have, I try to throw a little bit of fun there, a little bit of distraction, make the world seem a little bit more alive while you're engaging with this fucking exposition dump. But again, I can't say I would have done any of it a different way. Uh, it was how I needed to tell the origin. We're past the origin though, and now we're on to the actual meat of the journey. Everything's been introduced. Everybody, the main characters have been introduced. The storytelling beats have been introduced. The icons and ideas have been introduced. Now we get to play with them. I'm so excited for that. We didn't really get to play with them in 1 through 3. Not at all. We just had to make the gentlest handshake I could with this crazy idea that needed these. Now, some people don't think they needed them. To me, that needed these concepts and ideas uh, in motion. They needed to exist as the foundation, as the base for exploring them, right? You can't explore something that doesn't exist. Um, Now, you can explore it in different ways, and that's something we're doing in issue number 4. You can explore it less in just yapping at a bar and more in direct flow, moment to moment stuff. But again, I wanted it to have this non temporal, out of world, uh, almost impersonal feeling to it with this end of sadness, right? Somebody drinking at a bar alone, talking to just anybody who comes by, that's supposed to have a sadness to it. And then you throw in these concepts and these layers of tragedy and sprinkle it with hope, which is what I tried to do. And I wanted to communicate a flavor, an idea, something very large that's exceedingly simple, but it's very, very large, right? It's fucking massive and all encompassing. But it's very simple. And there's different ways to do it, but that's what we did with 1 through 3. Now on to 4, we're in the thick of it. It's time to face the music, as I at the end of issue 3, and I think I mean issue 2 precluded the pandemic, and I talk about a pandemic. Issue 3 I talk about us going into a at the very end of it again, the time to face the music, and I'm seeing that also manifest in our current world, and I'm looking forward to giving it my own personal and Jack's own middle finger, and we'll see how that goes. That's issue number 4. Let me check chat real quick. You just dropped off issue 1 with the rest of the wicked things to your LCS. The quality in your team's products is so good. Looking forward to issue 4 and number 3. Well, thank you so much, Mrs. H. You've been super supportive since you found us, and I'm so very grateful for everything. If we can get onto shelves, I think our quality will speak for ourselves, and then people don't have to come find me and then be convinced, right? Okay, people like cowboys. I think so too. Um, you wanted to make a loser with a heart of gold. Yes, you did, and people need to get on that. See, that's a guy who needs to write dollar coins, and god damn, the storytelling he's able to pull off and the world building that he's been able to pull off is incredible. And I know we'll get to a point where folks will see what we're doing together, and I think alongside the rest of IronVerse Comics, it's we're building a really cool galactic Armageddon. Compared to the one that each person here is looking out to, looking out upon in real life, I think people will like it. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I think they'll like what we have to say. I've loved what Dollar Coins has had to say. Um, and I'm excited to continue to share it. Again, I'm very hopeful we can include one of the first things and something he's been working very hard on in issue number 4 of Jack. But we'll see. We'll see. If it takes time to get things done, I understand, and I think I should be easy to sell your idea based off your previous work. Your previous work is amazing. I'm hoping something new, rather than reselling something old, will have better energetic channels to open. I really hope so. We're going to be able to sell something old, which is really cool. Uh, you know, uh, eh, this campaign is going to be interesting, right? My hope is I will not have to offer issues 1 through 3. I'll just link people, just go pick them up through Wicked. That's going to be nice. I can use the campaign to directly sell issues, because it'd be nice to have that extra income coming in. Made a little bit off of Jack. Well, made a little bit. Okay, so last campaign I had to put in about 4K of my own money because I was just dumb. That was one of the hurdles with last campaign. Basically, the main hurdle last campaign was that, and I was very blessed to be able to. I shouldn't have been able to, in all honesty. My economic bracket, COVID, all of that shit, I shouldn't have been able to get this campaign finished and out to you folks. But well, so far I have. So, I'm very grateful for that opportunity. But yeah, it's crazy I was able to. I still don't, I put in the work and I put my priorities in the right place, and somehow I was able to. Um, with even with a lot of other stumbles, tragedy that needed to be taken care of. Luckily, that was taken care of so far. There's still more beats of that fucking song I gotta go through. But I'll get there. I'll get there. And then there's the well situation, which that has the check is in hand of the lady who took care of it. So I'm still waiting for her to fucking cash it to make sure my checks are set up right. Damn it. But I shouldn't have been able to take care of that either. But a wonderful community and wonderful fans and friends. I mean, literally most of that really big bill was taken care of by 3 folks with no strings attached. Just being grateful for the work we do and wanting me to continue it. And so um, I wrote it in the promo for this stream on Twitter, but this was another bit that was communicated to me last night. Watching that match at Ipo, watching Ipo finally get his ass kicked after giving everything he could, and after expecting that, every comeback every go, and the biggest match he's ever been in, he fucking loses. Um, the champion's punches are heavier. Takamura, his senpai, his biggest inspiration. Uh, Before Ipo's match, he communicates, there's something special about a champion. And what it was trying to communicate is there's this weight of everyone's expectations, everybody's love and adoration. When you can be an inspiration for others, the strength that you can get from that is kind of what was being communicated. And that, almost more than anything I've talked about on this stream, I've always known it and I've always tried to apply it, right? It's never something I completely lost sight of, but in my wallowing, in my in being lost, and I'm still pretty lost. But in it, I had loosened the energy that needs to be there. I wasn't disrespecting folks, God forbid, but I wasn't I was letting the weight of it crush me instead of using it. And that's just dumb. That's not how you not how you respect it, and it's not how you continue to grow it. And so I'm gonna run with it. Anyway, so let me go through again. Thank you. I don't know if you're still here, Asia Research Directorate. Thank you for signing up. I really appreciate that. You think it still worked out, was entertaining? I'm assuming you're thinking number 2. Thank you. You mean in the sense of using your previous work as promotional work for your new work? And God, I loved. Yeah, Takamura was a trip. Uh, he's a trip and a half. That was another good match too. They made it look like holy shit, Takamura's actually getting his ass kicked, and then he proves, that this is what I will show you, Ippo, what a champion is. And Ippo was then later shown again what a champion is, and that was really cool. That was a great way to go about it. Such a fucking inspirational story. And I mean, it's not like it's overly complicated. You get the patterns, right? The rhythms that he goes through. You get the uh, uh, it can be kind of propaganda-y, even, it can do what a lot of, I mean, there was a whole episode focused on Eastern mentality versus Western mentality when it comes to work. When he's fighting Vorg, the White Wolf, or the Red Wolf, excuse me, with the White Fang. and how it was the only way Ippo could beat him is with his fighting spirit. And so, it, again, and using that to build up towards the championship was fucking incredible because you thought, well, Ippo fucking beat Vorg with all this literally from fighting spirit because he couldn't out technique him. He couldn't, he couldn't, his power was about on the same level, right? Um, and Vorg didn't even want to really kick Ippo's ass. Um, he just wanted to beat him. He needed to beat him for his mama. Um, that again, the right stories tend to reach me at the right time. Uh, uh, and I really appreciate Dollar Coins for helping that manifest for me. I've needed that inspiration. I've needed that perspective on hard work because it's not very prevalent in our society. Um, but anyway, I was talking about there was a whole episode about that and that Japanese boxers tended, at least in that storytelling, so I don't know if it's reality, tended to get hurt more and tended to overwork more. And yeah, you see that in the manga industry, so I wouldn't be surprised. It's built into their culture. And it's good to see that, there is a goodness to that quote unquote fighting spirit, right? The ability to push yourself beyond your limits to get things done. But there's a danger to it too, and I think it respected that enough. But again, if there's one thing life is giving me, it's perspective. It's experience. It's the ability to think on ideas, concepts, and to try and use them to manifest more that are positive and help me grow. I guess is the best way to put it. Kind of like Rocky, Ippo takes punches really well. Yep. If you're talking the Brian Hawk fight, no, I'm talking Vorg. I don't remember who Brian Hawk is unless he was the Marine who fought Ippo. That was a good one. Um, yeah, I'm at the part where Vorg and Sendo are about to go at it for the newly relinquished belt. So I'm curious about that. Oh, I'm not at him yet. All right, all right. No worries, no worries. Kimura versus Mashiba. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. In fact, I think that's about where I'm at as well. He's like, well, now I have to fight him. Called Ippo, and it's like, well, what the fuck do you say? You just had a chill right now or something. Where he's on the phone talking about it. The comedy in it too, fucking A. That's the other bit. Is like it has a great sense of pressure valve timing where he's able to build all this weight and all this inspiration and all this strength and all this pressure, and then fucking dick joke. All the fucking, all the energy's vented, right? Or Takamura being a fucking prick. Just vent. It's fucking great at the venting. Or again, the talking to Kimura about him. Or I just watched Mashiba. He just won his championship right before Ippo went at it, and the little birthday party or the not birthday party, the celebration of winning the championship between Kimura, his sister, and Ippo, right? Fucking pressure valve with fucking Mashiba just sitting in the dark, or then their date with Mashiba fucking scratching in the wall while he's watching his sister date this guy. I mean, just the comedy is fucking a perfect mirror to it, and it's given me more laughs than any series has recently. So I get so fulfilled with Hippo on so many different levels. Um, from the super inspiration, the you can do better, you can work hard, to that almost don't take it so serious, take it super seriously, but not all the time. I guess is what's communicated there, and that's something I lost too. I take everything too seriously, and that's again Shaman King. Those two stories have hit at the right time. The everything. There was a direct chapter of Shaman King that's talking about what I'm talking about, where he has to enter a dark cave to increase his mana, and he comes out of it on the other side, right? And it's killed people who go in there. Blah, blah, blah. They build it up so that it's got some weight behind it. But it's a super dark cave that he has to walk through, where it's basically a sensory deprivation, and you could get lost in there and fucking die. And by the end of it, literally, it's the same fucking story that I realized. You know what? That's where I'm at. So I lost my style. I lost my guide. Um, so did Yo Asakura, and when he comes out of there, he realizes what his style was, and he and I have a similar style that I had been forgetting for a long time. Um, I don't dive into these crazy things uh, knowing I'm going to win. I go in it having the faith that everything will work out. That's what I've done since the beginning. And that's exactly what he did. He comes out just fine, no trouble. He didn't get lost in the cave. It's not a big arc or anything. It's just it reminded him of what he needed to do, and holy hell, it reminded me too. Um, uh, I'm very blessed with the opportunities, with the chaos of knowledge and experience that's being shared out there, with the art that has manifested before me, with the people that are here around me. Um, and there's a strength there that I've never forgotten, and I don't believe I've ever disrespected, but that I've not utilized enough. Maybe is the that's about the best I can communicate. There's a page of Alita which I'm going to share now that I've been sharing. Alita Mars Chronicle. No, actually, Last Order I think is what it was. Yeah, it was Last Order. Let me boom, 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 boom. I'll answer you in just a second. Uh, dollar coins. But I want to show this because yeah, it's been kind of important. Boom, 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 boom. Oop. Looks like I need to do. Oh, sorry, I'm catching up on a couple things because it's as social media does. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Is it all good? Is it all good? Gonna keep going up? Yes. All right. Now let me go over here to bookmarks, and it's kind of far down. But it's also a thank you to you folks who are here. I know there's not a bunch of people here, and that's not necessary at all. But it is necessary to communicate this. So, boom, 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 boom. Go further down. Yeah, it's a little bit. Actually, there's a couple Alita pages that have been really important for my perspective. But this one kind of sums up my what I've been talking about for the last I've been talking probably yeah at least over an hour. Um, boom, boom, boom. Yada 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 boop boop boo doop 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 boo. Still scrolling down my damn bookmarks. There's a lot of bookmarks. It was this far. I mean, that's how long it's been. Boom. There you go. I found it. Now she's talking about sex, which is another aspect of her. Alita is all about exploring identity and what it means to exist. Uh, but this was one of the notes I'm very glad he hit in that overall thesis. Uh, Maybe I don't need anyone but myself, which is what I was pushing so fucking hard this last year for, is to see what I could do by myself. And yet, that's why I can't help but feel that all the people I've met have made me who I am. The fact that I'm even here now is only thanks to them. I save this page very much in particular because it's again, Alita as a series is an exploration of identity, what it means to exist, and making a identity out of it is the best way. Finding I, and maybe even why I, if you get what I'm saying there, why there's an I. And that's a very there's not a more personal journey out there than that. Um, and this is a super important note of it, and I've never forgotten it. It's been in me since I was little. It's been in everybody since they were little, even if it's horrible things that are making you who you are. It's still, you know, is part of you, and you can't lose sight of that. I think that's part of what this is saying. It's also just gratitude for the mangaka's journey. I know it is, but yeah, things like that. Things like that. In fact, that goes into the next one too, which I've shared before, and we'll go ahead and show that one as well for perspective. I bet a pro is someone who's found their right place on their own, and that too is kind of important. Now you contrast to the other one, right? You're not finding anything on your own, but then again, you are finding everything on your own. It's your journey, and so that one was important to me. Stop trying to walk in other paths. Find yours, and that's an important message. You would not be you would not be you if you didn't have your own path to walk. And that's, again, something I may have forgotten and wandered around in the woods a little bit before getting back on the path, hopefully, is what I'm trying to do now. But anywho, let's talk chat real quick, and then I do have to actually get to the work here. I'm not stalling, but I obviously have me and caffeine have a lot to say today. Let's go back over here. Go over here. Oh, nope, nope, nope. I guess that is where I want it to be, unless I want to switch back over here, don't I? Is it this one? It is this one. All right. Are you buying the Shaman King volumes or reading them online? So, Shaman King, I don't know how far up, is free to read digitally with Amazon Prime, which was really cool because I've got my little fucking first gen Kindle, and that allows me to read digital a little bit better. It's how I was able to read Hajime no Ippo so much and such. Is because that allows me to read digital. And I was hooked on Shaman King from chapter one. Uh, it's changed how it goes to storytelling. Literally within like the first three volumes, it completely decides to change how it goes to storytelling. But the underlying theses and the ideas that he wants to explore haven't changed. So I've been enjoying that. It turned into a more classic shonen battle manga for sure. I'm on volume 9 now, I think. And anywho, I did go back and buy those volumes because this is a story I am going to want to reread a few times. It deals with a lot of the magic I've lived my life in since I was little. A lot of the magic my father taught me, my mother taught me. Um, a lot of and life has taught me, to be honest. And it celebrates it, it treats it with respect, and then it just kind of filters it through the Japanese shonen manga kind of lens, and that's fine. I'm used to it. It's not as exciting as it could have went. It's not as hype as the story could have been, but it's what it wanted to be. Obviously, I mean, from the title of the series, Shaman King. I mean, it goes to a tournament for the Shaman King, right? Um, so it knew where it was going, but it could have went a more Hellblazer direction with how it approached these things, but it's still approaching them. It's just approaching them from the battle manga perspective instead of the more Western wandering nomad perspective. And that's not just a Western one. You have the Ronin concept too, right? And there's a lot of those. Trigun is a good one from the East. So many different samurai fucking stories, right? But Shaman King didn't go that way. Shaman King went the Dragon Ball Z post Dragon Ball way. Um, Anywho, uh, so I'm up to volume 9 physically now. So the fourth omnibus comes out next month, and I'm just going to read them that way so it lasts longer, and hopefully the timing of each story is hitting me when it needs to in a different way. I don't know how many volumes. I'm thinking Amazon's only releasing them as they come out. Uh, Releasing the digital volumes as they come out physically. I think that's how they're doing it. Um, and the new translation's good. There's very few times where I can tell that they've maybe tried to make it more Western focused in terms of, like a phrase or a saying that might be said in Japanese quite differently from English, right? Um, there's only been like maybe two times that's happened in 9 volumes, so or 8 volumes, 8 and change. I'm on volume 9. Um, and it's going the Dragon Ball route also of uh, a lot of who he fights becomes his friend, and I appreciate that. Um, it's a perspective we don't get in the West very often. And that's another thing I really appreciate with Ippo is it puts a very clear line between rival and enemy. Very clean. Even fucking Mashiba, who was the evilest, darkest motherfucker in all of Ippo, shows up to celebrate this guy's fucking victory as the champion of the junior division. Um, and they talk just fine. There's no villains in Ippo so far, just rivals. There's villains in Shaman King. There's one in particular who is a villain. He is an evil fucking motherfucker. Two. Uh, One of them's kind of a Vegeta. Uh, in fact, he's very much a Vegeta, and his dad is a King Vegeta or a Frieza. But yeah, it's more of a Frieza. His dad's more of a Frieza. But and then there's the pure evil necromancer motherfucker. He's just a dark, lost German soul. But pretty much everybody else who he's fought or had trouble with, and even the son of the Vegeta character. It's a Vegeta character. He ends up being his buddy and his rival. Um, I really appreciate that spirit, and it's not utilized in the West very often. And in fact, we're utilizing that a little bit in Jack Irons. If people have noticed, we have a Vegeta in Jack Irons, and he's already been introduced. um, so we'll see. We'll see. Um, Coins asks, am I a large or a medium shirt? Safe at a large. I've been. Last month was a hard month. And I gained a lot of weight. Food's one of the things I take a little too much solace in. But I'm aware of it, and I'm working on it, particularly this month. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that was a wake-up call because I was losing weight for months, and I was very happy about losing weight. Uh, but then July hit, and my mentality was kind of somewhere else. And anywho, so large would be the best bet. Extra large, no. That's usually way too big. That becomes a pajama shirt. It wasn't too big when I was fucking in high school, but it's way too big now. Uh, but yeah, anywho, we haven't gotten to the work yet. I'd like to get to the work, but I'm not sure really what to write. That was my problem with this, and that's why I wanted to do this stream. Is I don't know. Not this. 8 folks so far. Thank you so much, you 8 folks. I didn't want to do it this fucking way because it's kind of ugly, just plopped in the middle there. But for Twitter, fucking cropping and images for links, that's the only way I could really get this. I tried to do a, the Steel Cowboy in the corner like I do, where is that? Oh, basics. There you go. Like there, like I love that image. That's how it's going to look on GoGo. I'd like to do something more like that, but it's just I don't have the width. Playing with cropping, at least I learned how to do because it's a pain in the fucking ass. If I'm honest, different websites doing different things. So right now this is it. I'm hoping to maybe do something better for the promo image, but if folks have really been paying attention between issues 2 and 3, and 3 and 4 now. I try and make sure that there's something of the next issue at the end of the end of the previous issue, right? Yeah, that's what I've been doing. So that's what this is. This is the last big panel from issue number 3. If people watched our campaign for issue number 3, I used the last full page spread that I did, at least a part of it,
um, to promo issue number 3 from issue number 2, right? Tracker. Um, Gives me some room to promo what issue number 4 is with art I already paid for, right? Um, so I try to be smart about my writing in that way, especially since I cannot afford to start a book before funding for shit. I'm going to try this one. I have a little bit of savings, which, yeah, it's a bit risky to dip into, but no risk, no reward is what I'm going for, and I won't be in trouble with what I'm willing to spend to get this done. And I want Maxie to have work, and I want us to do this again. I love this work, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll some dice and see if it pays off. Uh, if this campaign doesn't fund, it is what it is. We'll try again. I'm hoping folks will back on Indiegogo. I wanted to try Kickstarter with the hardcover, um, but it's like again that whole campaign was me trying to shove uh, a square peg in a smaller round hole. Um, where my style is more putting a round peg into a square hole, but the square hole's just big enough that the round peg fits through. That's the style, um, and I was doing the opposite. That just wouldn't work, I think. We'll find out. We'll find out. I wanted to find more backers, so I am going to update and advertise. We're going to be on Indiegogo for issue 4. I'm also going to let people know through the Kickstarter update that you can buy our issues straight through Wicked as soon as I know that they have the issues they need and that we've at least collected enough of any missing orders or damaged orders, any of that kind of stuff, and sent those out so that we don't run out of stock before we take care of that. But I did order about 100 issues over on each issue, so we should have issues available that are nice, and then we have 1,500 issues that are misprinted but certainly readable. If you folks are ever curious about what I'm talking about, just go on my channel, search misprints. You'll get misprints for days, and you can see what was misprinted and such. The colors are a little off, the inks are a little off. Uh, there's some damage from the rollers that are on the pages, right? But I'm thinking we'll be able to sell them for like maybe $1 or two plus shipping, which would be great. I'd love to be able to do that. And just get the reads into more people's hands. And again, the wonderful creator of Wrath under Wicked, Scott Kish, um, he's found another angle to get these books at least donated to some places. So we will be getting rid of the books and finding new readers, hopefully. So very stoked about that. Walk with Alita-chan for an hour and a half a day. Uh, if I wasn't so beat after work, I certainly would. I don't. That's the whole thing I didn't talk about, did I? Um, Again, last month was really hard. I actually got my thumb fucking chewed on pretty good stuff. So there was one week, in particular, one day, which was a Sunday. I want to say maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I was really off foot. Um, I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing some stupid stuff. But I got through it. That day was fine. Nobody got hurt. Nothing happened. But there was like 5 fucking dog fights that I had to break up that day, and that was the most I've ever had to deal with in a single day. And I couldn't. Still don't know exactly why, uh, but I was certainly off foot. Then the week following, the Friday following, which I think it was last week. It was last week. It kind of occurred again, and I put 2 dogs together that I should have never put together. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking on autopilot, and again, I've been lost for a while, so I was making, and still probably am making bad decisions. Anywho, I got my thumb fucking chomped on by a bulldog, and I couldn't use that thumb. I still can't bend it all the way. But the puncture, the teeth marks are healed and the bruises are healed. It's just the bone and stuff for staying so stiff needs to get used a little bit more, and the muscles from the healing need to get stretched and all that. But yeah, I hadn't gotten fucked up like that for God a year or two at this point. And that was a hell of a drama, honestly. It was I had to talk to my bosses. I had to figure out, I almost quit my job because I was with the previous week as well, and I still uh, not 100% sure what's going to go on this coming week. But I was the only factor that could be guaranteed was causing those troubles, right? Um, with poor decision making that I shouldn't have made. Uh, we've been overworked at my job for a while now. We were taking in like at our peak, I think we were at 100 dogs. Um, People have been crazy this the last couple months. It's slowed down this last week, but still, again on that Friday, I put two dogs I shouldn't have ever put together, and just a combination of factors caused that fight that I tried to break up and got my thumb chewed up pretty good. Part of my hand too, but that wasn't bad at all compared to the thumb. And anywho, just with so many things, making poor decisions. That Kickstarter campaign, again, it wasn't a bad decision to do it, but how I went about it, poor decision. Um, my diet last month, poor decision. Uh, just a lot of bad decisions. And again, I almost quit my job. I don't want anybody to hurt because I'm around. My goal is to make this place a little bit better than I leave, and that my gig in particular, I'm blessed to be able to do that for critters that not only are fully and completely honest, but that bring me a lot of joy and seeing them get hurt. And it wasn't like the fight didn't lead to like a crazy amount of damage. No, not a torn ear or like big puncture marks or nothing. Which, I've been around those kind of fights before. I was the one who got hurt the most. Um, but yeah, I mean, a critter got hurt. I mean, he got his ear a little bit bit there. Um, Breaks my heart, and it reinforces that if I'm not improving the situation, I don't want to be there. I don't want to make it harder. So that that was this last week at work. Was that Friday I had that, and then Friday night I emailed my bosses and kind of tried to communicate. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm lost, and I don't want to bring that to our work. So unless we can figure out a way to make me fit, I probably should move on. And talking with them, figuring it out. I've got a great pair of bosses. Um, I took a breather a little bit. I didn't deal with the groups, and I just kind of stayed in, did the walks, which I love the walking there. That's my favorite, about my favorite bit, where it's just one on one with the dog and then just cruising. Um, and I breathe. So I don't know what's coming up next week for work, but I'm trying, and that's what the stream's also about, is I'm trying to refocus and I'm trying to find footing and I'm trying to make better decisions and try and leave myself room to make better decisions. But I still don't know, like I'm burnt out. I think that's why I'm making poor decisions and redoubling effort for this, right? Is that smart to make better decisions? I have no idea. This could be a terrible decision. This could be the worst one I've made, but I don't think it is. And even today's stream and mulling it over, talking with you folks, putting it down, I really don't think it is. I think it's maybe one of the better decisions I've made recently. But we'll see. We'll see. Because it's got me something to look forward to. It's got me some passion. And that's something I've been missing for, God, over a year. Well, no. A good 8 or 9 months, though. Um, something to hope for. I haven't had that for a long time, and so again, you'd say the Kickstarter was something I could hope for, right? But as I spoke of earlier, I don't think I went in with the mentality that I needed to. Again, I went in with a force mentality and not a let be mentality, and I think that was a huge part of the issue. Um, Anyway, howdy. Howdy, howdy. El Crudo, thanks so much for stopping on by. Um, Talking about the journey to issue 4, talking about what issue 4 was, talking about where I've been, who I've been, talking about you wonderful folks who support our work, talking about how I think things actually need to happen versus how I tried to force them to happen, talking about some inspirational reads and watches I've had that have helped color a better perspective for me. Talking about a journey out of the woods, hopefully. Uh, that's what up. That's what up. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. September or October. I wanted it to be this month, but I want to have pages ready, and I'm hoping my timing with Maxi will allow that to happen. Again, I've reiterated so many points on the during this stream, but yeah, I need to less try and force things to happen, which I think last time caused resistance, and more let things happen and feel it out and just have the faith to not burn myself out, not work too fucking hard and put too much weight on my own shoulders. Because this project has never been carried on my shoulders alone, and I treated the Kickstarter like it was. Um, very much, and I think that was a massive mistake. But yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited for the storyline that's being communicated in issue 4. I'm excited to try this again. I'm hopeful that having the issues publicly available to just 1 through 3 publicly available to just point folks to will be helpful. Um, I'm hoping our previous readership finally receiving their books will be helpful. Um, I'm hoping returning to our old platform will be helpful. And I'm hoping a change in perspective and outlook will be helpful. And so we'll see. We'll see. It's not the timing I really wanted on this. I think during the summer is a little bit better than during the fall. Um, but it's also maybe a little bit more competitive, so that might be helpful. I don't know. I don't know. I know right now, as it has been, since issue number 3's campaign, things are extremely competitive out there. There's a crazy amount of amazing comics being put out, creator-owned comics being put out through the crowdfunding platforms, and we're good. We look good. I hope we tell a good story, and I hope we're fun to engage with. But are we like heavyweight contender? Nah, no. Maybe middleweight contender. That'd be nice. I'd like to say that. But my perspective on middleweight contender, I think we've always had the potential for it. But hitting that potential, that's a different story. And we'll find out. We'll find out. I'm extremely hopeful. I'm extremely hopeful. So anyway, I was gonna try and work on this on stream, and yeah, this is a little again, it's a little ugly, but it gets the job done through the Twitter fucking thumbnail image, and then the other one's fine. All of this, I haven't touched this because I have no idea still, even after all this talking, what to put here. It's never been easy trying to set these up, right? You have no idea what's going to sell it. Last campaign, I was told I tried to oversell it. I talked too much. I said too much that the people didn't need to know. I also don't have any new promo images, so I just have the older stuff. So I can sell folks on the older stuff a bit, but yeah, I have no idea where to start this. Do I introduce people to what IronVerse Comics is? Do I introduce them to what Jack Irons is? Do I just throw some art down? Before I try to sell a team? Hey, you know what? Let's do that. That's a way to figure this out. So we'll go over here. Whoop. By the way, even after telling the troll of last week that these exist, he didn't follow through on it, so I'm happy about that. But we do have comment sections now on the website, so just look for them if you have something to say about the site. And yeah, we figure that out. I have been updating the site. We got new stuff for sale, all that fun stuff. Anyway, I wanted to go here and here. Oh, shit. Shit. I've got something to do here right now that I need to do. But will it docs? 1 second, folks. You'll see the standby there. I just want to see if it would docs a little bit of info that doesn't need to be out there. But I can still do it. So let's go over here. I can do it. I just need to get off the page that it's on, basically. All right. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. We'll go over here. This is a little bit of a side note, but you can see how this work gets done. So, oh, no. Actually, this is not where I need to be. This is not where I need to be. Not yet. I'm probably going to do that, but that's not where I need to go here. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Go to the main menu. Go to, I got to add a menu item. It's a little aggressive, all caps, isn't it? Yeah. It's a little better, but it's still a little aggressive. Let me just put pre-launch. I think that'll do it. Was it this one? Was it this one? Is this one? All right. Ha ha! It's oh nope. Over here. Here. All right. There you go. Add. And we add this to crowdfunding. No, well, I guess I gotta open this first. Oh no, I added it to the wrong one. No, it's easy to fix. No, it's not supposed to be part of Patreon. There you go. And save. All right. And then we go over here. Reload. Ta-da! All right. Oh, I should put it in brackets. Make it look like the other ones. But that's fine for now. In fact, I can probably get rid of this one. I'm going to send an email or two first through it. I use this. It's not only the hub for everybody who, for IronVerse Comics fans, so you can click on anything and figure it out. I need to update this as well. Because, I haven't since the 17th. I wanted it to be weekly. No good. But it's doable. It's doable. It's fine. It's fine. Again, I don't want to beat myself up anymore. It's not helpful. But anywho, yeah, that'll be fine for now. At least it's there. Okay, that's what I needed to do there. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Otherwise, though, is let's look what I did with issue 1 through 3 that people were about this campaign. Haha! All right. Weird. It was diagonal. Huh. Okay, whatever. Boom. Yeah, just barely the last day. You crazy motherfuckers. Shouldn't have funded, by the way. This should not have funded, but I did my my absolute to make sure it manifested. So I'm thinking of doing this again, right? Doing these two parts again, so people know it's a mature comic book. Though issue number 4. There's some horror imagery. There's some strong horror imagery that I don't know how Maxie's gonna draw. There's no cussing in issue number 4 though. There might be a shit. Are there? No, I don't think so. And that was the only word in issue number 3. Still mature audiences. I walked that border between I think anybody 12 and up can read it and be fine because it's what it is. But different strokes, different folks, right? It could be absolutely horrific to a lot of people that way. So probably safe there. Yeah, let's start there. Any work of art, quote unquote, does need the initial pen strokes. This isn't launching for a long time, so I'm not. So I'm not too worried about making the wrong pen strokes. Merch stuff. Oh, yeah, I didn't press save image. Yeah, I know. You won't let me. Okay. I gotta do it again. Just let me do it again, you dick. Save image. Yeah, I haven't built one of these for a good amount of time. So I want to learn from this one and not the Kickstarter, because the Kickstarter didn't work. It's done this to me before. I don't like Indiegogo's image situation. Should I go gray? Nah, let's use the fire. The fire's. So I guess I'll just wait, and we'll see if this loads. It should say image saved here in a second. It's probably uploading the image is what the issue is. I don't know. Yeah, go. There you go. I think. Yeah, all right. Boom. Initial pen stroke. Now, what did I do on this one? I introduced myself, introduced IronVerse Comics, and introduced the publisher, and bragged about issues 1 and 2. That's probably not the way to go about it. I think I should dive right into something like this. But maybe not all of this. That's still the thesis. I could do the story so far instead. See, part of why I did it like this is so I could justify certain images being shoved right in your face, like this one. Yeah, see, this one's feeling the weight of this already, and that's not great. That's a pen stroke or two at least. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know. What should I start on? Let's see. You know what? I didn't want to, but let's see. Let's see. So close, folks. Thank you so much. Almost got there. Almost got there. All right. Yeah. No, I don't like this as much as issue three's. And it's got the same setup there. Now, I tried to use that to sell the Kickstarter. It's a good image. It's a good image. There might be justification to still use that image. See, I want to balance showing the old stuff, because if I show so much of the old stuff, they might as well just go buy it off of Wiki. Well, why would they support the new stuff? But there's also nothing. See, that's why I want to do it on stream, just so maybe I can get some input from folks. I can add Coyote stuff to the page. This is true too, right? I could. Um, I mean, I'm happy to put the faith in your end of the dollar coins to do that. I am totally happy to do that. Um, because I would love to have that in the back of issue number 4. I think that's a great way to sell Cactus Coyote as a continuum, right? As part of IronVerse Comics on our main stage, and I would love to be able to advertise that. But do I do that right away? Do I sell IronVerse Comics like I tried to here? Right? This is me trying to sell IronVerse Comics and our hard work that we had already put in last year. And then I went straight into all of IronVerse Comics. Then I tried to make sure, we've done this before. Uh, the and then I showed like reviews, right? You can go check out the reviews. And then as we got new images in, I put them into the bit, and then sold issue 3 here. And then as we got pages in and they finished, I updated them and put them up. I mean, that's huh. Let me look at this fucking Kickstarter again. I would say the Kickstarter is certainly less interesting than this. This is still very as interesting. Yeah, this comes off better. But I had people saying there's still too much information on this. I mean, it worked. I mean, 453 compared to 198. But thing is with this one, I don't want to pay for a reprint of I don't want to pay for a reprints of 1 through 3. Wicked Publishing is already doing that, and I can point people directly to them. And so if I try and sell issues 1 through 3 too much, uh, I'm being a bit of a liar. I'm not being a liar, it's part of the content, it's part of the build-up, it's what we've done, it's our history, right? But it's not what's being done. And I don't want to start off. Do I not want to start off with our history? Because I did here, and I think I did the same thing here. Uh, yeah, I did the same thing here, and I tried to sell IronVerse Comics more than I was trying to sell Jack Irons in the Kickstarter. Again, this was more half-hearted than it should have been. I'm thinking of doing that as well. So I would technically be able to sell issues 1 through 3. And I try to sell the team, which doesn't need to be there till the bottom. Okay. Okay, Dollarcoin. Yeah, let's look at what Dollarcoin's been doing. Maybe that'll give me a little bit of inspiration. So, one sec, folks. Because, yeah, I definitely need inspiration. All right. The tweets, the Twitters. And that's worth considering, too, because that's how I'm selling it already when I had inspiration. There you are. Aha. So you kind of did something I did. That's cool. Use the logo right up front. All right. Cool. So here's what Dollar Coins have been working on for Cactus Coyote. So what he did was he went straight to what we're trying to sell. That's smart. I like that. 44-page comic off of the Wild Gambler in a risk-all, lose-all game for the biggest bet ever. And maybe pay off a few of those IOUs while we're at it. Then the logo. And then some of the pages, which are fucking gorgeous. And then he dove into the story. All right. All right. And you set the stage. And then you show that awesome icon there too. Then you talk about the perks. Doing the casino chips again. Excellent. I'm going to try and do the metal card. Absolutely. Shouldn't be difficult. We got the contact already, finally. It talks about the team, which is good. And that's it. Fucking quick and dirty. Well, it's not that dirty. Quick and clean, I guess is the best way to put it then. Interesting. Okay. So you just went straight to the cell. Wonder if that's a little bit easier because of that, and I'm just overthinking it. Should I? So each of Jack Iron's issues are relatively self-contained. So I could sell it based on the issue, which I did do. I did do here. Just I sold the overall IronVerse Comics, which maybe I don't need to. And it's like, here's books we actually put out. That's not bad, but. And then I tried to lead up by doing this, which isn't bad, but wasn't necessary. And then I tried to sell issue 3. Do I just go to you know what? Fuck it. I already did the pitch. I just haven't utilized it. 1 second. Just so I make sure I'm not doxing anything. I gotta get more skilled at that. Yeah, I wouldn't be. Boom. So let's start with something I already kind of liked, and then again, this is just initial brushstrokes. It'll be refined as we go. Oh, I know what to do there. I'm gonna leave you guys with a surprise, and then you let me know if it works or not. So you're gonna be stuck on standby for not too long, but a little bit, a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. I think it'll work. You know what? I like it. So let's go from there. Boom, 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 boom. Not that one. There's actually some good extra images I took too. I should integrate in there. God, I could be a little bit more organized with my pictures. I'm not bad. Just too many pictures in one place where it could be separated for quick reference instead of what it is right now. Because I need the combination of 3 issues. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that instead. Let's do that instead. I can show them in physicality instead of the clean digital overlay. So that would be here. And I'll use the one from today in Australia because that was a good pick. Thank you, Wall Staring, if I remember the Wall Staring Master, if I remember the name right. Boom, 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 boom. Let me grab your pick. You know what? I do like that. It's not perfecto, but it's rough enough to work for now. And then if I want to change it, I can. Browse, downloads, and then we'll see if that'll work. Open, save image. It could be a mega issue. Yeah, I'm thinking we could do something fucking massive. I think the next step is maybe figuring out what the pages are and then making sure I get the right price. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Save image. That's not bad. Yeah, don't know that phone number. I am getting a call, but yeah, I don't know that number. Get a lot of those bot calls still. I don't know if that's ever gonna go away. All right, shush, shush phone. I don't need you to be talking right now, especially a number I'm not gonna pick up. Okay, let's see how this looks. 777,000. 777. Woo. That'd be a lot. So this is what I did so far. Let's see. So of course for mature audiences, and then the Steel Cowboy, and then I what I did is because I liked this pitch. Now it might not work. It might not work. So let me know, folks. But I liked this pitch. I liked it a lot. You read the Origin Trilogy and met an immortal or two. I switched that up a little. You've seen how Galactic Armageddon came to be. Now it's time to ride directly into it and get something out of it. I do like that. I like that a lot. Especially when you see like this as the bite, right? So what I did is here's the Origin Trilogy that you may or may not have read. You've seen how Galactic Armageddon came to be. Now it's time to ride directly into it. Oh, you know what? X. That can go after this. Aha! I think that's not too bad. Then I can talk about what issue 4 is. If it'll actually, come on, there you go. Something like this, maybe? And I can describe issue 4. Does that work? It's 16 pages. See if you can squeeze 18. Let's see. 54 pages is the next. Let's see. It would be 48 pages without the covers, so it needed to be 52 for 16, so it'd be 56 pages. 18, so 16, 56 pages. I can try and get a quote on a 56 page issue number 4 from our printer. That might be what I have to do. Because I think that is the best way forward with this. Because then people are actually getting 2 comics. One's about the length of a normal comic, if you consider ads, right? And then the still you get our fat 32 page Jack Irons. I like that a lot. So you get 48 pages of, or actually, what is it, 50 pages of content, uh, and then 4 pages of, actually, we might have to go 50, what did I say, 56 pages? Because you have to add 4 pages each bit. So might go 60 pages? And then we could have a thank you page, and we could have the cover for Cactus Coyote, and we could have maybe an end preview or something of other stuff. Yeah, you and I will talk about that because we'll have to do that when I actually get the budget solidified. Um, and the thing when you get that fat of an issue, it might be worth it to go perfect bound. And so I'm going to have to talk to him about that too. And I don't know, will people get pissed if we go from floppy to perfect bound? Because we can make it a really fat floppy issue, and I think that's hilarious. But what I could do is get quotes for both, and then make Perfect Bound a stretch goal. But then, collectors, would they get pissed if the new issues are Perfect Bound? I don't think so because we're on a new arc, and if we did 4, 5, and 6 like that, um, that would might work. That way, like you have your origin arc, and then you have your Perfect Bound other arc. I don't know. It is time to try something new, so that's not a bad idea. Dollar coins. Let's and a splash page. Yeah, we would have some play pages if I'm doing it right. So I think it'll actually it might need to be 60 pages. Uh, let's do that. Oh, you're not even typing? Rah, 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 rah. Wireless keyboards. All right. Let me go up here. Undo the bold. Should I pitch a little bit of Cactus Coyote in here? Because it wouldn't be a stretch goal. It'd be part of the main content. And it's already like the pages for Cactus Coyote are there. Um, there's a lot to think about. A lot to think about. But I think that is a good way to go about this. I just got to figure out how to approach it correctly. That's a tough one. I think this intro is all right. I think this intro is all right. That much at least. The initial pen stroke isn't too bad. We do it? All right, we'll do it. Because what I was gonna write here is watch. Let me show you and what I'm mulling. Uh, Something like this, except with less T's. Thank you, old keyboard. uh, Now, I don't know if he's the original Mortal Cowboy, but somebody call me a liar and we'll address it. Oh, no, no, no. I do know what he is original, though. I think that line works better just by itself. Now, say new adventure, it's a little, God, even the spacebar stuck. It's a little facetious, but you got to have a little bit. Hmm. Something like that. Maybe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, $2 coins. But this kind of, I'm talking about what it is. And then what I would do here is, like, I'd put an image here, preferably one of Jack and Coyote. And then from there, I'd talk about Jack's journey a little bit more. But let's do this. Cut panels for promo might actually be only in downloads. God damn it! It is only in downloads, isn't it? All right, again, just a second, folks. There shouldn't be anything in my downloads that you couldn't check out, but it's funny. We're heading. This is good. We're in Spinaroonie Town, right? And the first chunk of Jack Irons issue 4 takes place in Las Feminas. So I think that's a good crossover too. Um, just an interesting coincidence, and I like interesting coincidences. But let me look. So I can do that. I can market the Las Feminas sign and the Spinaroonie sign at the same time in this, and that's some pretty good leverage, I think. I like that. But do I want to put that instead? Yeah, let's put that instead. Save image. I was gonna put a different image, but this one's good. This one's good. So you folks can see that. I was gonna put the blown to hell jack there, but I think this is actually more telling. Um, so you know what I should do then, huh? Okay, okay, I see what you're saying, dollar coins. So we'll do that sale again, and then I'm just so I don't have to rewrite it. This again, placeholder. So what I need. Yeah, okay. So what I need to do then is go here, and then downloads. Again, that's annoying. Oh well, you folks can watch. I don't really care. Downloads. Because I need to cut out the sign. Yeah, I just need to cut out the sign. Boom, 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 boom. Something like that. Download. Boom, 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 boom. There. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Save the image. It's like save the whales, but way more important. Kidding, kidding, kidding. All right, let's see. What's that look like? What's that look like? Show me. It's a little too much. You know, I could go with the gambling theme on this like we did with Cactus as well. Cause Los Faminas and Spinaroonie Town. Huh. This is our newest bet, isn't it? I think is that ugly? Is that like too close? Like it's a small panel. Should I? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's redo this. All right. I don't like how that looked. So let's do it something like that. Something like that. Okay. Boop. Not that one. Yeah. Let's see if this looks better. It's not blurry. It's just the little jack, right? Is it's implied because it's a small panel on a big page, right? It's not the hugest panel. Yeah, it looks like it separates these two images a little bit better too. It's not that blurry, but again, these ravens are just kind of implied because it's a small panel on a big page. I could zoom into the sign even more, right? I could cut it off here and here. Let me see what that looks like. Let me see what that looks like just for the hell of it. Something more like that. Hell, even more. Let's tighten it up even more so it doesn't. It's mainly just the sign. All right, let's try that. Oh, yep. I know. I fucking didn't perform the machine ritual right, so you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. All right, let's see. Wait for it to save the image. Save the image. There we go. Image is saved. Hmm. I mean, it looks a bit better, right? Uh, And then what I do here, watch, this is what I do here. Oh God, it wouldn't be there. It would be, you get to see my filing system. It's a good one. Ooh, that's actually a tough choice. But no, 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 no. We're going with a theme here. We're going with a theme here. No, I think it's page 5. Let me look. Is it page 5? No. Page 6? No. Shit. Do I not have the page? That would not surprise me terribly, if I'm honest. I'm looking for the page we've done the most. This page, except the modern one. Aha! Aha! I do have it. I do have it. Something like that. Now, of course, we don't have to put them directly together like this, of course, but thinking something like that. I could also. Nah, I want to show cactus. I do. I want to show the coyote. Huh. I mean, this isn't a bad start. It's going to need a lot of refining, and I've got a month or two to do it, but something like this isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. Could if it's on one line still. I don't need to capitalize only. Yeah, exactly. We have plenty of time to perfect it. This is just getting the brush strokes on paper. And then what I can do here is then something to do with Jack. Let me let's see. Yeah, I think that's the next note I want to hit. Okay, let's do that then. Jack, number 2, web files, this motherfucker right here. Okay, it's a big file. It's taking a second to save image, I guess. Do I have to click it again? I will. I will click you again. There it goes. Okay. It was threatened. Ooh. I think that's okay. Okay. I think I hit a rhythm I want to hit, so that's good. Yeah, and like some things that should be other places, like this image should be in merch, but it totally isn't. Uh, Batroom! Yeah, there you go. That's sexy. Save it. Review and launch? No. Is there a way to preview it though? Not yet, I guess. Oh no, it's right here. I'm just being a doomcuff. Yeah, see, like I don't. It works. It's fine for now, but I'll have to figure out a way to tweak this and still allow the image to work on Twitter. It's annoying. I mean, this isn't too bad. It's not the worst. Like the subject matter isn't like taken away or none of that. But we even got our lucky jackrabbit. But that's it. That's not bad. Then what I do here. Why did everything just pull to the left all of a sudden? That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know why everything pulled to the left, but it doesn't look like it's cutting anything off. It's just pull to the left. Uh, and then like right here, I would do like maybe a tiny summation of IronVerse Comics. I don't know. That's like I would do this again, which I've done. I opened it on the Kickstarter. I did it on this too. It'd be nice to cut the fat on this. Let's see, can I cut the fat on this? That's fat. Sadly, that might be fat too. That certainly is fat. We can cut that. I don't know. I think that is the next note. And then what I'd like to do right here is I could do the story so far instead. Like this isn't so much the story so far as it is what we do, who we are, or what the world is. So this would be like issue number 4. So that's the thing. Like the next note I think I want to hit is the story so far in Jack. But do I need to? I don't know. I don't know. This surmises the world enough for you to jump in, as far as I'm concerned. Um, so let's find a picture that works. Uh, let's do a page. I think actually that'll work. That ends that note. Oh, that confused the hell out of me. All right, hold that. Bold that. Should call this something instead of issue 4 so I can call the next bit issue 4. Do I even need that? do need a break there after and get something out of it. Uh, Something like that. That's not bad. I can fix that. Oh, even better. I always do wello come. I don't know why. Hey, up, weo come. There you go. Ooh. Okay, okay. Okay. That's closer. Jack. Issue 3. Doesn't need to be lettered, I don't think. Let me see what the lettered looks like. Yeah, it wouldn't matter if it's lettered or not. Perfect. All right. All right. We've got what 15 of the pages already done. The Cactus Coyote bits. So we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be the normal Jack, 32 pages, but we've got a bonus story in it instead of the extras. At least that's what we're shooting for. I get a text. No, it's just telling me I missed a call. Big fucking deal. All right. Do. Oh, nope, don't need that bold. That's not gonna work. Unbold. Boom, and I have an image for that. All right. Do. All this is probably going to get refined, so if it's clunky, just bear with me. But if you have suggestions, let me know. Ooh, I could sell the old friend image, or I could sell. No. Well, shit. No, that's the image I have in mind. Let's go with that and see if it works. It's not going to be in that group, is it? Nope. No, No, it's not gonna be in this group. Hopefully it's in this folder, however. That I can't promise. It might be in downloads. It might be in downloads. That's annoying. Like if I actually labeled these two, it'd be easy to find them for this kind of shit. But yeah, that's not what I did. Ooh, I can use that for Famine Ink as well. Okay, but that's not what we're doing. It wasn't here. All right. Oh, nope, I have caps lock on apparently. And forget to hit certain buttons. That's probably still, yeah, forgot to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna capitalize. Are you suffering? Oh, nope. Again, this is just a work. This might be superfluous as well. Um, but I think it'll set the tone for issue 4. So I'm gonna try it. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. And if you folks, again, as always, I'm doing it on stream both to egg me on and to get feedback. So let me know if that feels superfluous, but I'm trying to set the tone as best I can. Where was that? Right there. So we'll see. We'll see. That's not great. That's not great. Right on, dollar coins. No worries. No worries. Oh, no, no, no. Yep. Okay, I need it without letters for this one. Oh, no, no, no. Wrong page. There you go. Ugh. I think it's this one. Yep. Yeah, actually, I haven't been paying attention to how the stream's holding up, but so far it sounds like it's been doing fine. Uh, oh, still in caps lock. No, I guess that is how I have to do it. All right, and then what I do is preview pages. Once I have them. And then after preview pages, maybe the team. And then maybe the perks. And then the risks already has its own section. Uh, maybe like how you can help, maybe. Something like that. Team's easy enough to cut and paste. Again, rough framework, man. This'll probably change pretty good. Then I want to center this though. Center. That's centered. You call that centered? No. Good. Okay. I was like, what? That's not centered. I'll rewrite all these taglines. Boom. I haven't worked out the perks 100%, and I still need to get a quote to make sure I got the goal right, but this is pretty good for the opening salvo. I am gonna change all of these. But it gets the job done for me to just kind of visualize all this. All right, let's save campaign one more time. And then let's refresh the son of a bitch and let's take a look. Yeah, I might want a different picture here. I wouldn't mind it of the actual physical issues so people know like we've done this before, but eh. Yeah, I'm gonna switch that up. I'm gonna go with my original idea. Uh, oh, is this? Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my original idea. Just gonna have to dig through the downloads to find it, but that is what it is. Because it's gonna be pretty far back. I used it a lot on the issue 3 campaign. Like that one's not bad. That one's closer to what I'm thinking, but I think I'm gonna just do the digital of the 3 covers. I think that'll look cleaner. And then I can do like I could show the issues down the road. Uh, if I want. Yeah, there we go. That one. I think it'll look cleaner. And save, please. Yeah, I thought that's what time it was. Been on this for a bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it does look cleaner. That looks much cleaner. I liked capitalizing scene, but it's not proper. And again, this might try and cut the fat on that. But it's not bad. Again, it's not bad for the, as I called it, opening salvo. Plenty of time to tweak it. I just wanted to cut the, I just needed you folks to help me to have the wherewithal to make that opening salvo. So I think for today that'll do on this end. I don't have much else I want to add directly to it right now. Man, I could tweak all these, but and I might even get rid of that. But for now, I think that'll do. I think for now that'll do. So save that. Let's see. Let me go over. Turn that off real quick. Let's check on this. 2.5 hours. Probably, it's usually about a half hour behind. If you folks have any comments, questions, any of that good stuff, let me know now while I'm still alive. But I will be back this evening and on camera when I'm hopefully looking a little bit better, having showered and such. Uh, Tonight with what you're reading. We're be talking about Shaman King primarily, but I might do a redo talking about saving the world again. Hopefully, the chat will either be more quiet or more engaging and less prickish on this 12th or third month of what you're reading. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be talking a little bit, I'm sure, about the campaign again as the day kind of continues. I'll probably be kind of looking at this and tweaking through it as I can. But I think that's a pretty good opening there. Let's see. Do I want to tweak the preview page any? Is there anything I want to do there while I'm live? That's on here already. I did that. yeah, I could do better on the pre-launch page, but again, I'm not trying to have trying to make this more fun. I think that was the biggest thing the Kickstarter was missing was fun. And to be fun, I gotta be a lot looser than I was. So let's see. Let me refresh this because I changed that. It looks better. Yeah, it looks way better. Sorry, folks. I'm reading the campaign pitch right now. I like it, actually. All right, all right. So yeah, I think that might do the stream. I've got a few other things I should probably be doing today, but again, I will be returning tonight on What You're Reading. So you folks keep a lookout for that. I'll promote it on social media and such as I do. Um, I always love hearing what you folks have to talk about. And yeah, in August, September, October at the latest. Um, we'll be getting this done. I'll probably do a few more live streams like this where we're tweaking the campaign page and just talking about the inspirations and trying to make sure that there's better footing under myself and this project. Again, I felt like I lost a lot. I felt like I've been lost, and I have been lost for a good chunk of time now. And when I started the stream, I was talking about guiding stars, and hopefully, I found a few better footholds to follow those stars and to get on a more conducive path to making this stuff happen again. Um, I'm very grateful for you folks who joined me during the stream. I'm really grateful for those who have allowed us to build as far as we have. I'm looking forward to building more. I'm looking forward to being 100% done with the issue 3 campaign fulfillment. We are 100% done with the books. We are on replacements and on damages. So far, we've only had 2 damages, which is pretty good, especially with global shipping. And I'll be updating the GoGo again, I think, tonight to once again ask for folks to get in contact with me in the coming weeks to make sure we can solve any missing or damaged issue problems. The t shirt should be going out in a larger batch in next week. I'm hoping I get that 100% done. I'm a little baffled that people haven't been reaching out about their shirt size or the design they want. So I'm going to choose the design they want, and I'm only doing the shirts that I've been given the shirt size. So if you ordered a shirt and haven't let me know what kind of shirt size you will, please email IronVerseComics@gmail.com. I'll take care of that right away. I'd very much like to. And any designs on our website, go ahead and choose one too if you'd like to pick it. Otherwise, I'm going to pick the tracker tee, which is our issue number 3 spread with the logo on it. I really like that shirt. I actually have one myself. And it surmises issue number 3 pretty well. So that's what I'll be choosing if you don't choose. So, so let me know if you want something else. Um, and that should do it. Metal carts, why not? I got a good chunk of them back this last time. I got about 25 of them sent back. So I think my post office is finally getting sick of me with how I was sending them out. The nice thing is, I just need an additional 20-cent stamp to put on there. So I'm doing that. So it's about 70 cents a piece. So to get these out, it's to get all these cards out, it was about 1,250 bucks is what it's going to end up being. So I'm glad I was able to do that, and I'm still able to do that. But that was the additional, right? So we're working on it. We're working on it, and we're about halfway through. A little under, thanks to those who sent out, but I got them out yesterday, so technically we're back on track. We're back on track to being a little, actually over halfway through with sending the cards. I haven't started the international mailing because those are actually a different stamp entirely. So I need to get those stamps as well. Those stamps are about a buck 25, I want to say. So I'll get those out. We only had about 60 international physical orders, so it's not gonna break the bank or nothing. Um, and when I'm done with that, I'm gonna be super excited. That's the last step besides painting the figures. And as I put on the previous update to Indiegogo, if I cannot paint the figures by the end of this month, I will be refunding the figure folks. Um, there's only three of them, right? So what I'm probably going to be doing is messaging them, and if they want the figure unpainted still, I'll send them that, and then like refund the difference between the purchase figure and their books and such, and then they'll have only paid for the figure and not the books, because that was a big fuck up. But my plan is to do another stream like this where I actually have moved the camera forward and putting it on my table here and just paint. That hopefully will happen before the end of the month. It's not like it's a crazy amount of work to do it. I need focus and I need to be able to breathe to paint. Um, Unlike my writing, which needs some fire behind it, the painting needs the desire to relax and express. And I've been having a hard time with that throughout this whole campaign. So I'm pretty damn sure I should be able to find that breath before the end of the month. But nonetheless, there is a backup plan, and it will be resolved by the end of this month, one way or another. Uh, and that's it, honestly. Um, I'm so happy with Wicked Publishing getting the books out. Um, we're a little behind schedule, but not as bad as we could be. On the shipping end, on my end, I mean that's a whole different story. But yeah, yeah. Uh, Hacha, what a budget. Check out my campaign again. All right. Let's do that. We're here. That's that one. Oh, I need to refresh it though. Refresh. Ah, there it is. Yep. One of our new images from Cactus Coyote here. I believe it's the new cover, if I'm right. Uh, then we have many of the unlettered pages. Have you heard from Vince? You don't have to let me know now. You can let me know in DM or something, Dollar Coins. But I'm very curious because I'd love to see how his lettering comes out on this. Because I've read yours and the reading's fine. Of course, it doesn't look as clean. That's just how it goes. But I like it. So I read that. Anything else new? Oh, yep. And then, of course, this page too, which I really love. I think it's adorable. Um, awesome. Awesome. I see what you did. Now, that might not be all that you did, but it looks good. It looks good. Now, folks might be asking, well, what's up with this? Well, what's the time frame of it? What is this? Well, that's for Dollar Coins to answer when he's ready. This is what I'm going to tell you. Um, but you will be getting I mean, we're leaning into it, so you will be getting a preview of what this is in Jack number 4 if it funds. So I'm excited. So be kind of looking around for that, and hopefully maybe that'll be the extra incentive people need to really get behind issue number 4. In the future, we could probably follow up Jack 4 with a more fuller Coyote. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It's going to be a lower goal for sure than the average Jack issue, just because we've already kind of gone through and gotten work done on it, which is excellent. And I'm excited to see what manifests. Go to the bottom. Show the little one again, because it is an awesome page. I did go to the bottom earlier. Yeah, I can't go past this. So yeah, I did see this. I love this page. I love Rad Cat as a character. I love what you end up doing with her, um, and even in the future, what you end up doing with the shapeshifters overall. Just some wonderful stuff. So yeah, folks. this will be worth by far getting on board. And looks like we're going to have to make it that much easier for you folks to get on board with issue number 4 Jack. So I'm excited. I hope people lean into that and allow us to actually be doing 2 series more consistently than we've even been able to do one. The potential has never not been there. So again, with the right channels open, with the right attitude, and the right timing, I think we've got a wonderful gamble. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for IronVerse Comics' future, and it's good to be excited about something. Yeah. So yeah, and thanks for stopping by and supporting us for damn sure. And I guess that might be this stream. Again, catch me later tonight. I'll be doing a What You're Reading again for the hell of it. We'll be talking about a lot of things we talked about last week, but a little bit more in depth, and hopefully with a better chat than last week. That would be great. Um, Even no chat would be than last week's chat. But again, last week's chat inspired me to do something I needed to, so I am grateful for it. It just was no fun, and I do these streams to have a little bit of fun and to express my gratitude to you folks. And having somebody with no respect, gratitude, or even basic decency in chat, that threw me for a loop last week. So shaking up the day that I'm doing it and the time I'm doing it, and we'll see if the guy shows back up. I hope there's other people in chat to see it, and we'll go from there. Go from there. Anywho, appreciate you folks, and this is a definite. Oh, I didn't notice that. They are sleepy poker chips. I like that. I like that. Clever, clever, clever. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. We got a lot of creativity and a lot of cool stuff coming up, and thank you folks for being here, helping me hit the initial brushstrokes on the story part of the campaign. There, it was something I just could not figure out how to begin, and being here with you folks, talking it out, allowed us to get as far as we did today. And as far as we got today was a very solid skeleton, as far as I'm concerned, and plenty of time to tweak it over this month and maybe next month, but at least this month. So yeah, folks, I'm Cody with IronVerse Comics. I really appreciate you joining me, and I'll catch you on that rusty trail. Thank you, folks, so much, so very much. Take care. See you later tonight.